two, one. Let's go. We up? We live? Welcome, everyone. Welcome to episode number 6, season 1 of Masterclass. I am Double S. I got Zilla on the phone. Zilla, say what's up to the people.
What's happening, people? Good evening, good morning, good night, good afternoon, wherever you are listening. Thanks for listening, thanks for tuning in, and hopefully we can share some insight, share some inspiration, and hopefully we can inspire you to change your mindset and change your circumstances. Peace.
Right, guys, I got a quick PSA to make, so bear with me. Bear in mind, this is the first episode with visuals. I got a beautiful, well, for me, it's a screen, and for you lot are seeing what's going on. So, PSA starts with, let's start with, we now have a Patreon. Our Patreon is Masterclass. Oh, 1 second, folks. Technical difficulties. Let me just come over. A little more? Alright, 1 sec. A little more. Yeah? Am I in shot? Alright, cool. Like I was saying, we now have a Patreon. Masterclass 993, that's us. You can subscribe for exclusive access, unreleased music videos from myself, and just have a good time, enjoy yourself. It was £10 a month, $13 last episode. We've now put it down to a more affordable price. You can now get the Patreon for £4.99 a month. For everyone else in the world, that's €5, €5 a month, $5. We also have an official Instagram and TikTok now, which is the official Masterclass. Make sure you go follow that up, and yeah, man, tell your friends, your family. We're posting shorts, everything. And the final PSA of today before we kick off the episode. The Masterclass podcast is available on Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, Spotify, and Stitcher. So guys, do yourself a favor, download the episodes, follow us, leave us a review. We got some new segments coming up for this episode. But episode 6, the topic for today is discussing my music journey, taking the songs into depth, and really just giving you guys a breakdown of everything. So, yeah, should be fun. And we ready to kick this off, Zilla?
Yes, sir.
So, I would say my music journey starts, well, it starts way before I think it starts. I think you guys have heard in, I think it was episode 2 or 3. My dad mentioned that when I was a youth, he was in the studio with me back in yard. So, yeah, man, just
You was 2 years old, boy.
yeah, music's always just been a part of my life and that. So I think the first time man really took it like semi serious, I was probably like year 4 with my brethren and that. And we had like a little crew. There was like, I want to say 5, 6 of us, and we used to just whatever song that was hot at the moment, we would just remix it and make our own version and perform it in front of the class. So that kind of ate my nerves away as a kid. And
Yeah.
then I think what 4, I want to say 4 to 8 months later, my Zilla ended up going to jail. So life kind of took a little hiatus and whatnot. So yeah, I took a little hiatus from music, 5 years long, and then 5 years from year 4, landed in year 9, met two brethren, Crest Academy, Neasden, and yeah, they were just like, "What? That's you rap?" And I was like, "Nah, not really." But when you're trying to sound cool, fit in and that, I'm like, "Yeah, I rap." And then literally went home, jumped on Amazon, bought like 3 journal books, and within the week of starting to rap, them 3 journal books are like filled to the brim with pages, new flows, new verses, new everything, every page, and I still got them pages to this day. So if you're watching this on the video, you're definitely gonna see them books. But if you're watching it on the audio, you're gonna have to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Masterclass. Um,
All right.
um, yeah. So after year 9's when man started and got my feet wet. Released my first song in probably like 5, 6 years, which was Upside. And if you guys go type in SQ Upside, and you'll find the audio on my Double S channel, and you'll also find it on Spotify and Apple Music
So
and all that.
can you let the audience know and the people who are listening or watching that you used to go by the name of SQ before you changed to Double S?
Oh yeah, so a lot of people watching this now are probably saying, "Oh, that's S. Man, know S. Man, went to school with S." So Now you call me Double S. I'm FKA, formerly known as SQ. Growing up from the age I don't know 12 all the way to how old am I? 17. I went by SQ. So now the rebrand, everything's Double S. You know what I mean? So
So what make you go through the rebranding?
what it was for me, it was like I feel like I had grown. Like I didn't really pick my name. Like I kind of just people knew my real name, and you know what I mean. And I don't know what it is. Like most people don't. Well, how do I even say this without contradicting myself? Like I didn't pick my name. Like someone else said, "Yo, S, you're hard at rapping, but man doesn't want to say your government name on all these songs, so I'm gonna just call you SQ." And then
Okay.
it just kind of stuck. Whereas like Double S, man had time to think about it, and you know what I mean, put plays in action where I think like, raw, like, nah, Double S is really me. Like SQ's more just how I am day to day. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Double S is the artist. Like I always said, there's a separation between it, but now I have almost like a name for it. When I go in the artist mode, I'm Double S. You know what I mean? When I got my sunglasses on and I'm on stage, rocking out True the Rose, people singing Breaking Bad. That's you know what I mean. The Double S in me. So that's what I would say the name came from. Yeah.
Fair enough. All right.
So after year 9, I got kicked out of school, which I touched on in the education episode, episode 4, link in the description. And yeah, went to back to Brent River College, Blackbird Hill. Man was I don't want to sound too big headed, but I'm gonna say I was the innovator for music in that building. You know what I mean? Like when I came in that building, there was a little studio at the back by the basketball court that like 4 or 5 men really took seriously. But when I came in there with like books and pages of just bars and anyone's rhythm I'm willing to go on, you know what I mean? It kind of changed the dynamic. So uh, there was like a rule like no year 10 can jump on a song with a year 11 unless they're like super super hard. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I remember my first song I jumped on with someone a year above me. So I already broke that threshold. And then what it was, everyone was looking at the oldest like, oh, they do the music. You lot are kind of on this up and coming thing. So
Okay.
um, yeah, just music kind of took over from there. Like, cause I'm in a studio. Back when I was in Crest, it was no studio. It was more just it was just a janitor's room that had a MacBook in it, and we
Okay.
stole some microphone from the 5th floor, and we were just trying to make it work. We weren't even on Logic. We were on GarageBand, which you used to make beats.
All right.
So now I'm in the studio. I'm in my elements. I'm like, raw. I can never not go into studio and not come out with 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8 songs. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And then I started to change the way I do everything. Like if I'm in class, I said fuck it. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna write bars instead. Fuck school. But because man's such a trendsetter when it comes to this music, everyone else started to go harder in the studio as well. Everyone else in my classroom started to not do their work and then write bars as well. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So then the school didn't attack us all; they attacked me for it because it was like, "But you started it. This is your fault." You know what I mean? And then I remember getting taken out of music for a little while. Man had my birthday, got ill, red tear, and just I was on a mission of when man came back to school. It was like I need people to know that yo, when it comes to this music, no one in this building can really fuck with me. And yeah, I don't like to gas myself up about it, but yeah, when it comes to that building, I had several legendary moments. Like my company song that's on my YouTube channel now, I recorded that. I wrote the verse in a English poem lesson. Like the teacher was just there, like, yeah, you guys come up with something creative, rare, rare, rare. These times I was still banned from going studio because of the whole writing and lesson stuff. Man wrote that verse, put the teacher's name in it. He started gassing himself and was like, you know what, you're going in the studio right after this lesson. Man recorded it the same day, and it was just the vibe still, I won't lie. And I think my biggest moment in the school was, so I was at my girlfriend's house. And that was the first time really experiencing writer's block. I'm still in year 10, and she just slapped on the beat, and she was just on, man, like, nah, you gotta write some shit. And bro, we came up with this song called Little Jojo, this drill shit, and it was one of my early catchy rhythms, you know what I mean? And
Okay.
I remember what was it? One day, because we used to do Thursday, you have studio in the building, and then I think it was Tuesday after school. Tuesday after
Okay.
school, you do studio. So after school one day, she's Eloise is walking with me, and we bop in there, and fucking, I'm moving kind of late, cause I ain't been at school. I ain't really trying to, you know me. When I stutter, that's it for me. You gotta do it again. I'm the one take king. You know what I mean? Just chop out the breaths. Let's go. Keep it moving. Whereas everyone in my school, 16 takes. You know what I mean? I'm the one take master. They'll tell you. And there's video proof. You know what I mean? So yeah, she literally just got onto me like in front of everyone and said, "Get in the fucking booth and do it now." Like
Who said that?
Eloisa, she was do it. So
Bless
I'm like,
Ivy.
so I'm
Big
there
up
like,
you.
I'm there like, well, if I don't do it now, I'm gonna look like the biggest bitch ever. So man went in there, and you know when alright, yeah, man went in there, done the thing, and once I came out the booth and everyone heard it, everyone was like, I understand why she kind of told him, yo, put your fucking foot down. And then what after that? What everyone was singing my lyrics in the hallway, and that's when I knew, oh raw, like man could actually take this thing to an extent. You know what I mean? But yeah, that was top 10 moment. Can't lie, can't lie. And then just what? I'll be in a random lesson, and then someone will be misbehaving, and they're just walking down the corridor, and they're singing. I call up little Jojo, car. We're going up Tottenham, and I'm there like, so you're in trouble, and the first thing you think about is my lyrics. So yeah, that's where we go. Year 11, I think year 11 for man, it just stamped my legacy in Peru when it comes to music. Like the consequential progression tape that released on January the 14th, 2021. Uh, I recorded, I want to say about 80 to, so if there's 9 songs, yeah, about 80% of them songs are recorded in Peru.
Okay.
So the only songs that wasn't recorded in Peru was Breaking Bad and somebody else. Breaking Bad was recorded on United Borders Bus,
Okay.
and somebody else was also recorded on Breaking Bad. I mean, United Borders Bus. Big up somebody else though. Sean and Bass, let me use the sample. You know what I mean? If you know, then you know. But yeah, that brings me to my tapes, man. My tape, Consequential Progression. That was like putting my toe in the water and saying, "Raw, man, really, I wanna know, what everyone thinks of me," type thing. You know what I mean? Like I wanna know. Cause for me, it was my brethren's release music on YouTube. That's getting it 1K, 2K, 4K, whatever, whatever. Man's releasing and I'm only getting 100, 200. But that never phased me. I'm like, alright, cool. As long as it's getting more than 5, 10, man, I'll run with it, innit? Don't really matter to me. So, yeah, I'm going through the paces. Man, drop the tape, and it's like, I'm seeing a massive amount of love. So now I'm like, I, excuse me, now I'm like, I didn't know this many people rocked with, man. So,
So where would you say your core audience is?
what as a location?
Yeah.
So, I'll tell you what the statistics say, and I'll tell you what the statistics say first, and then I'll tell
Yeah.
you where I received the most love from personally.
Okay.
So, I got a 42% of my base is head, 42% of my audience is in New York, like
Okay.
alone. That it doesn't tell me the borough, whether it's the Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island.
I get it. So it's overall New York. Yeah.
New York love me. I don't know whether it's car. I don't know what it is, and especially me on New York drill. It's like that blend that you've never kind of heard before. Especially car. I try not to sound like no one. Especially car growing up, like the artists everyone listened to, I wasn't trying to listen to them. So now, whereas you might have influence from like a early J Huss and a Mo Stack, I wasn't listening to them people growing up. I was solely on one artist or two artists, so my flow and my cadence was all different. So 42% New York, I got another 42% from the UK. That split up. Yeah, from the UK that split up London, Birmingham, Cardiff, Liverpool, Manchester, Isle of Wight. Shout out Isle of Wight. Man, I miss Isle of Wight. But and then the remaining 42, it's 84, 16. The remaining 16%. I know Australia takes up like 4 to 8% of that. I got big Australia, Melbourne, Sydney. Yeah, they love me. They love me down south. So, and then it's kind of scattered. Like I got big up Jamaica one time. I know that's gonna grow to like 20, 25% when man go down there. They're gonna be, huh? Oh yeah, I got like 2% audience from India, Turkey, Persia, mad little European countries that
You got Pakistan in there somewhere, no?
Pakistan, yeah, yeah, I do have Pakistan. Big up my Pakistan fans, you feel me? All over the world. And yeah. But I probably receive the most love like on messages from my UK fans and more my European fans. Like my European fans, they'll hit me up and they'll hit me up and they'll put their message, whatever they want to say to me, they'll put it in Google Translate and then send it to me.
Okay.
So then even that, it's like, raw, you still try to chat to man, and I appreciate, you know what I mean. So, defo just for every time someone messages me or what, I'm kind of like put in like a place of just humbled. So, but yeah, that's where I get the most love from. You know what I mean? From me personally and from the numbers.
So, what is it that is holding you back from going to the next level?
You know what I think's holding me back? I think I'd say one, it's myself,
Yeah.
and then two, it'd be me. I've kind of grown in a place of before it was all about quantity, and now it's more about quality for me.
Okay.
So I'm still understanding that, yeah, a year, 2 years ago, 6 months ago, I might have been able to write 20 songs in a day or a week, and they were all, you know, subpar or, you know what I mean? You might have the two that are amazing. But now it's more of a thing of, man, write once a month, and it's like, them 10 songs that come out of that one writing session, that's the holy grail. You know what I mean? Like, that is what people will live by for, small amount of time. But no, me, I'm not gonna lie. I think this working thing's not for man. I'll be honest. You know what I mean? And that's something that I even spoke to my girl about like today, this afternoon. I was like, nah, nah. You know what I mean? So me right now, I'm working till I go away. And when man come back, man's going to the end of the year, and in January we're kicking the shit off. You feel what I'm saying? Cause this shit ain't for me. But um, I probably say also it has to do with man's like, I don't know. I get anxious around people, like more than what, two people. Yeah,
That would change because if you're doing the artist thing and when you see a body of people of 300,000 and 200,000 or 10,000 or 15,000 or whichever is, you know what I'm saying? They're there for your music. So at some point you have to get to the comfortability of being in the space with all these people. I mean, you're an introvert, but then at the same time you can be an extrovert because when you go up on that stage, the introvert can't be there anymore. Is when you come off the stage. Beyonce is the same thing. She's a massive performer when she's up there, and that's why her thingy is called Sasha Fierce. But in her little circle, there's not a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? So I understand what you're saying, but then at some point, because if that's the thing that's gonna hold you back, then Double S is never gonna hit that limelight spot that you need to be because you're in your headspace all the time. So here's the question for you: are you scared of the darkness when your eyes open, or are you scared of the darkness when your eyes close?
Um, I don't even know how to answer that question. I have no idea how to answer that question.
So here's the scenario with the question now.
Yeah.
If you're scared of the darkness when your eyes are open,
Yeah.
it's kind of a tricky one because every time you close your eyes, it's darkness.
Yeah.
Because no matter what you, how bright the day is or whatever bright light you sit under, there is no light can shine through your eyelids, so it's always dark.
Yeah.
There's always this black hole, isn't it? It's like if you try to picture God or somebody you've never met, there is no picture in your memory bank when you close your eye.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what Zilla look like, right?
Yeah.
So if you say you want to think about Zilla or thingy, close your eyes, there's this picture because you've got this picture in your memory bank.
Yeah.
All these fans and people who are supporting the thing and listening to the podcast and all of that stuff, 99.99% of them don't have an idea what Zilla look like.
Yeah.
So if they close their eye try to picture what Zilla look like, there's no imagination.
Yeah.
There's no picture. So you see what I'm saying? So in the context of you reverting to the fear that inside of you,
Yeah.
you have to look at it from the perspective as is this the darkness that I'm scared of, or is it when my eyes are open and when my eyes are closed? Because both of them are in your head, isn't it?
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. I'm willing to, when, as we're wrapping up December this year and we're heading into January, I'm willing to say, yo, but I know the anxiety and all that dumb shit. Nah, we go hard. You know what I mean? Till the wheels fall off and we start running on rims and that. You know what I mean?
I get it.
So I mean, I wouldn't say that man's scared of the darkness or whatever. This whatever you're.
No, I use that as an analogy just for you to understand the context of what fear or anxiety means, because you can scare of the dark
Yeah.
while your eyes are open because the lights are off, right?
Yeah.
But then the lights are on and you close your eye and it's still dark.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But anyway, so we're just establishing something. It's just food for thought, innit? So when you're in your quiet time and you going through all your thoughts and you process, that is something there to give you a little bit more oomph. Like, okay, cool, I'm being a bit silly right now because I'm stopping my own growth and my own process and progression because I'm in my own space. I'm in my own head. And it's as simple as. So for me, as we on the topic of the mixtape consequential progression and all of that stuff, since you've released the tape
Yeah.
um, a year and change ago,
Mhm.
nearly 2 years now, how do you feel what transition you've made from the tape release to where you are now?
Um, I would say my transition. Well, I went through a transition behind the scenes. I went from by the time consequential progression came out, I just left year 11.
Okay.
So man tried the college thing, didn't work out, and then straight after that, just I was in the working life. So having to balance out the working life and studio and this that and the 14th and this that, but then the first job man ever got, it was out of town. So I literally just said, yo, burn everything I've ever known, everyone I've ever known, I'm going out of town to work. That's it. So the Life of SQ project was to say, yo, no matter what man's going through, I'm still understanding that, people still respect that I have a voice through the music. So I made sure that even though I was heading down there quite often for weeks and months at a time, I made sure that people had that body of music to reside in. it wasn't as big as in Consequential Progression was 9 songs and The Life of SQ was 5 songs. But I made sure that I tried not to skip over the quality of the lyrics and anything. I just, I wish I could have done it differently now looking back on it, but just the way everything was placed out, that was the plan. And then uh, earlier this year, I was on a little run, dropped a music video, dropped two, um, and then just everything kind of fell out of place. So now I'm kind of at the place where I picked up all the pieces, wiped the sweat off my forehead, and man's back running, trying to catch up to where I believe I should be. So, went Greece, shot a video in Greece. Where you been? Where you been's doing amazing. Shout out to everyone that's been streaming Where You Been. Where You Been is 14 streams away from 21,000 streams. Just want to put that out there. Um,
Awesome.
Thames side, like I've now understood that. Alright, cool. I've understood how to play it, the pattern. So yeah, man's in just a place of, alright, cool. I just needed to. I've spent so long trying to find myself behind the music that releasing the music to the public has been suffering. So now I'm on catch up for that, but I'm still getting love even though I'm on catch up.
So, would you say, so what about management and a team around you? How is this thing going for you?
Um, it's kind of mad. Well, high school, man, I had no manager. Uh, Left high school. Big up Brooklyn, but the thing with Brooklyn is, and man will say this publicly, is that bro's he's too real for his own good. Like, if he sees you as a struggling artist and he knows XYZ in his phone book might be able to help you, he's gonna
Yeah.
take you on. He's gonna take that burden on and try be able to flip this and flip that. But you gotta remember, coming fresh out of high school, bro, man had no money to put behind nothing. Man don't know nothing about no contract, about no this, no that. I don't really know nothing. So my next question to myself, is it college or is it whatever? So
Yeah.
um yeah, there was a couple times when man thought like, raw, the management thing might work. Like when a man recorded Rookie of the Year down Church Road and had a bunch of OGs around me giving me knowledge about the game and being able to hold um the #1 album plaque in my hand and man telling me that I'm gonna get one of those. So it's stuff like that man appreciate, but
So it was more of a motivational speak than actually give it. So basically, you was random people who you see say, if you follow this trend or follow this path, you can be in this position, holding the number one song plaque in your hand to say, yeah, I've achieved this. Is something to put on the wall. You've been there, done it.
nah, it was more of there was a plan in place. Like the plan was everyone knew I was working out of town. So, yo, we're gonna shoot a video when you come back. You come
Yeah.
back with the bread, you pay the director, we're gonna make sure everyone's there, we're gonna have this big link up. And then me being, because at the time you have to remember I had to mix and master the Life of SQ myself
Okay.
because no one else would get it done for me in the short time I needed it done.
Yeah.
So had to do that. Was heading back and forth. Had a bunch of things to do outside of it all, and yeah, the plan was, yo, you come back, you pay for the video, and we take it from there, innit? Because I had a mixtape that was meant to come out. What, I was meant to drop 3 mixtapes last year, which was
Okay.
meant to be Consequential Progression, The Life of SQ, and then Flu Game as the third. The Flu Game was meant to have Rubber Band, Violent Nights, Violent Dreams, whatever that song was called, Rookie of the Year, Thames Side, and Where You Been?
Okay.
So, man's come back now, and where man's thinking, raw, like everything's pattern, I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna slap this out. Where's the video? Where are we shooting this thing? I'm coming back and speaking to management, and it's it's like, what do you mean? Bro, man's just been busting my ass working in some kitchen million of miles away from the ends, trying to make this thing happen, and it ain't happen.
Yeah.
So now I'm here like, so how much is this gonna cost, man? How much is this gonna run me? And then my budget was, yo, man's not paying more than 1,200.
Yeah.
So it was because the song man was gonna shoot the video for was Rookie of the Year. So if you even look at the way man's been scheduling my releases to date, it's like I'm slowly releasing Flu Game, but I haven't released Rookie of the Year yet. Because I know that was the song that was meant to catapult man to a new level.
So that was supposed to be a lead single.
That was meant to be my lead single, exactly. So, man's released Where You Been off that. That's track 5. Man's released Thames Side. That's track 4. Violent Nights. That's track 2. That's got released. Rubber Band. I don't really know what's going on with Rubber Bands. I don't really know how I feel about it, but so everything's got released. So then it's like man's talking and trying to figure out what's going on, and it's like every time we're having a conversation, the price is doubling, tripling, stacking up like man's at casino night to routed. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So it's like, even that all the basketball jerseys I've got in my yard, that was for the video shoot. There was
Okay.
a theme that we were following because the song's called Rookie of the Year. You can only
Yeah.
wear jerseys that the jersey you're wearing, the player had to have won rookie of the year in their NBA career.
Yeah.
So it was that, and then they want dancers, and then this, and then that, and then I'm like, Rob, am I gonna afford all this? So then what? I'm gonna take out a loan? No, hell no. So the man started moving back, like, raw. I really should have handled this side of the business before man really just took off and made the money.
Mm.
So then man said, all right, cool, go in a different direction. Bought a ped and was kind of doing my own thing for like, what, three to 11, 3 to 9 months, you know what I mean? Which
Okay.
brings us to a couple months back, just before I went Greece.
Yeah.
And just, yeah, it brings me up to current day, and just, man's at this point now where it's
So
like,
at this current moment, you just in the trenches by yourself. There's no people around you, no team. It's just you that rocking it, doing what you do.
um, well, that depends. That depends. Like, me, I don't really know where I stand with everyone, innit? Um, like, at one point, I would say it looked promising, like the management but I'm a man of, I'm either gonna do my own thing, or you know what I mean. Like, that's the bottom line. There's no other. Like, I'm gonna do what I need to do. Same way that you need to feed your family, I need to feed mine. Like, I always try to keep the mentality of, like, I have someone else to feed, even if I don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, management, I'd say when it comes to the music, me and Zilla are on the music, innit? Masterclass, Double S and Zilla. That's who manages the music. If I need an
Yeah.
extra pair of ears, I send my girl the songs and she'll give me her feedback on it. You know what I mean? Other than that. So when people are hearing this music, it ain't been tested by like 15, 20 people. It's been tested by 3. So if all our ears fuck up one day and we just release a shit song, it is what it is.
I get it.
So beat makers, all the beat makers I know that move lately. Shout out Loud, shout out Pyro. Shout out Pyro 100 times. Pyro made Somebody Else. I'm pretty sure he remade Breaking Bad for me. Special Delivery, 25A. Me and Pyro got a whole mixtape that people don't even know about. Big up Pyro, man. His Instagram will be on the screen right now. Big up Pyro. Um, but yeah, like when it comes to this music, man, really feel like I'm in the trenches. Cause if man are not talking about, yo, you gotta throw the bag at your music and nothing, it's like, what bag? What bag are we talking? We're talking 25, 30 racks. It's like everyone chats like everyone else sells drugs. You know what I mean? Everyone talks to each other like you should have a 30 rack under your bed at any given time and shit. And it's like, nah, G. You know what I mean? I'm not with the fake, and I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, let's do it. And it's like, nah, man, don't have that.
So it's the fake it till you make it situation, or is that one day where you can't grow this thing organically because you have to buy the slot?
I don't know. All I know is that, yeah, when it comes to this rap thing and whatnot, man's really like, you feel me? Like, anyone who can call my phone and I answer, that's who I'm down here with. You know what I mean? Cause trust me, best believe in the past 2 3 months, 90% of my caller got blocked, and once man pay off this little thing on the side, best believe that yeah, changing my number, car. You know what I mean? I know I kind of see where everything's headed. Man's gonna change my name to Double S. Everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, why did he do that?" And they're gonna see the strategic move set in place. So by the time the anniversary for Consequential Progression comes out in 4 months, it's gonna be a thing of raw. He really planned this out from rare to tear. Now I got a call. Nah, now you can't call me because shit's changed, numbers changed. Feel me?
I get it.
So yeah, that's the deal with management right now.
So basically you haven't got a management.
No, no management.
Okay, well, look. So for me, I need to ask some specific questions about some specific songs because I've been privileged to listen to a song, and I honestly, this is gonna sound like ignorance, but being in my situation, after things that I don't really know and whichever. So there's a particular song,
All right, hit me.
Special Delivery,
Yeah,
and even with Little Sis yesterday,
yeah.
big up the big up shout out to Shante. We were listening, and as soon as this song come on, she said, "Dad, I can't really listen to this song." I said, "Why?" She says, "Yeah, it's too emotional."
Yeah,
And that song for me, every time I listen to it, it doesn't matter who is in the room with me, I
yeah.
break into tears.
Okay.
Because it's like he's talking to me from a different perspective.
Yeah.
Now, what frame of mind or state of mind were you in when you decided, oh, yeah, I'm going to pen this song?
Okay, so I'll explain this because I explained this to Eloisa yesterday. When I make music, I'm either in two mind spaces. I'm in the I want to make you like bop your head so aggressively that you're about to smack your forehead into the desk, or I want to make you so emotionally vulnerable that tears are starting to flow from your eye.
Okay.
So once I had made the decision, once again, big up Pyro's Instagram's on the screen. Once Pyro sent me the beat, cause I told him like I need this car. I remember there's something about the sample, the Bridget Kelly special delivery that my mom used to play so much as a child that it kind of became like an inkling in the side of my head, like an anthem in the side of my head, so to speak. So I told him, yo, sample this, gave him the BPN, and then once he gave it to me, I believe like that was him, that was the third person passing the baton to Usain Bolt in the relay.
Okay.
So all I got to do is really head down, control the breathing, and take this home. And that's what I kind of believe the record was for me. It was kind of okay, the hard part's done, the beat's been made. Now it's up to me to live up to the expectation of the beat, surpass it, and have the message carry through the music. So, um, I tried to make it um as personal as possible. Like I remember speaking to my sister yesterday. I sent her my song called "Letter to Dad" that will be on the Life of Double S, so you guys will be able to hear it.
That one day, she didn't play much of it either. She only listened to the intro about 30 seconds in, then she stopped and I said, oh yeah, there's a message at the end of it, and then she played the message, and that's when she started crying again. And I like, what's, saying you didn't even listen to the song, but it's the message. And she says, I was having this conversation today, and I'm thinking, this is crazy.
So yeah, like me, I like the like when I writing or I find a beat that I love, I need to understand which way I'm gonna paint the canvas. Like it's either gonna be super aggressive and jumpy, and we're gonna be lit, we're gonna pop bottles, that type of vibe, or like we're gonna be down to earth. And I need you to feel me beyond the words I'm saying. I need you to feel the impact of. like I need you to feel the action behind the words I'm saying. I need you to understand that.